jump off the high horse and actually invest in something that you don't need to put time into.
Yeah, the idea of, I think a lot of coaches are just like, I'll just bring more people on. It's like you've got to have some kind of quality control built in. It
always breaks down.
Yeah.
Always breaks down. It's stop bringing on more clients. You can't handle it already.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be a point, and I know money's good. It tastes so good to have.
Yeah.
But you want to have a quality service. You want to provide the service that you want to get. So that's when you're like, okay, I need to do something. It's probably a great point for you now to be like, okay, I need to do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you balance your quality control with your clients? Like, have you been in a position where you've thought like, I know you've turned up and turned down marketing. Points where you're like, I'm busy.
I feel like I've been, I don't know. I don't feel like I've had a position where the quality controls dropped to the point where like the alarm bells have kind of peaked recently. I know when I first made the transition, like full-time online coaching, like my day was just fucked. Just did not know how to organize a day. And I was just like, and then, just like didn't know how to organize the tasks in the week. Yeah. So then shit just wasn't getting done.
How are you going with task organization now?
Like for the stuff that I need to do inside the business, no problem.
Yeah.
On the business, a little bit of a room for improvement.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff you were talking about before, I was like, we need to do all of that and we don't. Not all of it and we don't, but you know what I mean? So I think like from that perspective, like shit wasn't getting done, but it was just because I wasn't like organizing my time, you know, really well. So yeah, like I think the quality of the service has been okay, you know, it's been quite good, but I think that comes down to, you know, us looking at the procedures that we have and how we delivered the service.
Yeah, the systems thing's huge.
Yeah.
Do you ask for operational feedback over testimonials?
Yeah, we have feedback, like biannually? We kind of
quarterly
to
yearly.
And we do like Project Excellence? So we just like go through from start to finish. It's like, this is shit, that is shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
because it's good. There's always a bit of positive.
Yeah.
You've always got this idea in your head what good coaching is, but it's your client telling you what it is too. So
it also, like, what I think I do actually, sometimes, like, the ones I have a really good relationship with, I'm like, tell me if it's shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, I need you to tell me.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple where they're just like, oh, this ain't that good. You know, and I'm like, okay, well, we can't fix that right now.
Yeah.
But thank you for letting me know. And then other ones
Get an app.
This is going to, that's right. Yeah. So
spreadsheets.
the app one was a big one. It was like, you know, the spreadsheets are shit. Basically, it was just like clunky, whatever. And we were like, okay, we're going to sort this out, just not right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having like a couple of people that are really honest is good. We don't stand out as well. It's like, tell me if the workshop's not good.
Yeah.
You know, so I think asking for feedback, as you've said very often, is it's like a hard pill to swallow because it's your baby, like you said, but it's like it's just there to make you better in the long run.
I get excited for feedback, hey? I used to be so scared of it. Now I eat it for breakfast. Like, tell me what's wrong with my business and I'll fix
make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Make it better.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you flip that mindset, you're like, tell me what's wrong and I'll fix it. People will love you so much more. Like, your clients will be like, oh my goodness, they actually care.
The value increases then, because if they're used to this and you make it better, then they get more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, and it turns into you can even take that approach with coaching. It turns into like that collaborative type. Like I say to every single client that comes on now, like I train people I reckon the newest client I have to the gym is like 3 years. It's like, you know your way around a gym.
Yeah.
You know what you like. You know what works. You know what's good. So if you get a program from me and you don't like it, just tell me. Like there's nothing in there that's like...
Oh my God, I'm so lethal with that with my coach.
Yeah.
I hate this job.
It's like, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you say like, hey, this isn't... Like this superset shit because one's over here and one's on the other side.
Yeah, it's not gonna work for me. Yeah.
It's like there's no issues with that, and I think it's the same with business. It's like if we go in and run a workshop, whether it's internally or externally, it's like I need to know from you guys what you want.
Yeah,
I'm here to learn from you. You're here to learn from me.
Yeah,
how do we make this the best thing that it could possibly be?
Yeah,
and yeah, we've got like guys that have done 3, 4, maybe even 5 rounds of our PT program, and it's like every workshop's like, fuck, this is so much better than the last one.
Yeah.
It's always the ones that don't tell you what would make it better, because sometimes they just don't know. They're just like, oh, this was awesome. Oh, now it's more awesome.
Yeah.
So there is a bit that you like obviously can't just rely on the client feedback as well. It's like you have to develop it, but
the best way to do that is to have a team.
Yeah.
because you're stuck in the trench.
Yeah. Seeing other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the like, I'm very lucky that I have a team, and you guys are too, but they see things that you don't. And that's what a VA provides you as well. Like, they can see things that aren't working that you might not see too. So
Yeah, 100%.
there's no success in being alone. Like, you need to have people around you. And when I say that, people are like, oh, I can't afford a team. It's like contractors, like VAs, accountants, bookkeeper. Like, I literally live on speed dial with my accountant and bookkeeper because they see things that I don't see.
Yeah.
And it's like, having a team like that, it just helps so much for you to identify the areas that need improvement. But yeah, quality control is really hard. Death by growth is a big thing.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of people go through it because you're so excited, you want to take on all these clients and oh my goodness, but now I can't keep up with it. And it's like, business is supposed to be slow. Like, you're supposed to
steady.
Yeah. Steadier and raise your prices. Like, if there's a way, at least raise it. It'll get the people out that don't want to pay.
Yeah.
So, and that's a hard thing too.
Yeah. And I think from our own experience, and I think a lot of PTs would experience this too, is just like, you have an idea of a thing you want to, and that's the term, that's why it goes wrong, is plug in to your business. It's like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And you kind of force it into what's already there, and then like
you look back in your business and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And that's why, like I said, we had the website review. It was like, this just looks like you've had 7 ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all just been kind of put together, not step back and start from scratch and work your way all the way through.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah. Because if I read it as a new person, it makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah, that's right. It's like you sending me one of your spreadsheets.
Yeah.
What's his weak color? That the exact same thing happened to me because my business is so big. Like, there's so many divisions, but they all fit like a puzzle. But they are so separate, and I had to invest thousands of dollars for people to help me streamline that message that we've got.
Yeah.
And like, when I tell people about them, they're like, oh yeah, that fits. But then other people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is your business? I don't understand. So I had to invest a lot of money with some mentors to like help me actually get the messaging right. And I mean, it's paid off in the end, but it is because I had so many ideas, and of course they all fit together, and I'm sure the ideas do fit together, but if you don't articulate it in a way, it's overload for the consumer and it's just too much fatigue trying to decide, and you need to draw it back and start again. So
I think what's so interesting and probably so challenging, particularly for yourself, is most people, you're selling something that people don't even know that they need.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the pain point that triggers them to realize this would be
valuable to them?
Yeah. It's a really, like, we experience it with personal trainers. Like, you can tell straight away in the DMs where someone's at, or we have a scorecard.
Yeah.
STCfitlearning.com/scorecard. And you're like, you get scores back and you're like, I've seen your profile, bro. And like, you're not, I'm scoring like 85, maybe 90 on it, and you're scoring 99. And like, I'm looking at your profile, no website, no like ecosystem, no nothing. And it's like, I'm fucking the best. It's like, compared to the standards that you've got, you just don't know that there's a whole other level that you haven't seen before. Yeah. And like, trying to sell to that person who doesn't even know that that's a thing to then see value in it. Yeah. It's really interesting.
Yeah. It was really, really hard at the start of the journey. And I think something that I struggle with is I'm not a coach. Like, I'm not a fitness professional. I'm a consumer of the industry, and that's how it all came to be. Yeah. And I think that in some point was my strongest area. It's still a weakness, but it's one of my strengths because I can tell you what your client wants because I'm that client. And like, I'm very lucky to have that perception of it, and I'm not biased with that, but it definitely was so hard, and I had to leverage different marketing methods in order to grow the business like that. So I really leveraged the power of like influencers, social media, and at the start I was giving away so many free products. I was like, free product for a shout out, you know, it was like 5 people every single month to do it. But then that's when the word of mouth happened and the referrals, and they're like, oh, you actually fix a problem. Like, you fix a problem. And something that really helped me too is I just cut the bullshit and I was like, this is your problem, I can fix it. Like, in the post itself. And that really helped too. So that was definitely something we struggled with, is telling people how and why they need us.
Yeah. When you've got a problem they don't even know they have.
Exactly. Just like wild. VA, like, they're like, do I need that? It's like, yeah.